I read this book, Men, Women, and Children. I thought it had incredible insight on parents, teenagers, young love, marriages, divorce, and how that's affected by social media. Look, the internet has become the place where we share our secrets. And, I saw a TED piece recently in which they said that our search engines know more about us than our loved ones and our family members now. There's something interesting about that. There's something interesting about the fact that we are opening up now, and it just becomes a question of who do we open up to.
Adam Sandler, we haven't seen him take a role like this for quite some time. Can you talk about how he got involved in the project and what he brings to this wonderful ensemble cast?
Adam Sandler is clearly very funny, but he's also just a great dramatic actor. And every time he does that, whether it's for a small moment in one of his comedies or in movies like Punch Drunk Love or Spanglish or Funny People or now in Men, Women, and Children, we see this side of him, this ability to be vulnerable and open up. And he's a very accessible actor. He's an actor that kind of allows us to approach all kinds of things in our lives that we would otherwise find difficult to kind of participate in because the subject is so tricky. I was going to do a movie about what it's like to be married in the internet age. I couldn't think of a better actor to cast than Adam Sandler. I mean, what's incredible about Ansel Elgort and Kaitlyn Dever is their ability to be honest at such a young age on screen. Usually it takes such a long time for actors to learn to let go of the facade and just be themselves. And these are two young people who somehow are confident enough and brave enough to expose a lot of themselves to the camera. And they were the perfect actors to choose to portray what it's like to be young and in love in 2014.
When you're dealing with a story that has so much digital communication, it's very hard to manifest that itself in a visual way, but this film seems to do that so effortlessly. Can you talk about that aspect of production?
If you're going to do a movie about people in 2014, you're going to have to portray a lot of people sitting at a computer and even more people on their phones. The question is, how do you make that not boring? How do you get that information across? And we decided to showcase what everyone was looking at graphically as part of the film plane. And we had to start boarding the film from day one, knowing that we'd have to create negative space so that every icon, every tab, every window, every photo, every text could find a way it's on screen. I always hope that my films don't inspire conclusions as much as they inspire conversation. I want people to walk out with questions. I want them to talk to each other. Hopefully, Men, Women, and Children is the kind of movie that you watch with your friends, and then you go out for a pizza or beer or whatever your thing is, and you talk for hours.
I think young people have a lot of weight in their shoulders. All young people. Whether or not it really, if you take a step back and look at it, he just is sad because of this or that. But young people, little things are the end of the world. Jason put that today really well, that, someone asked me, you only have played characters that it is, in Divergent it's the end of the world, or in Fault in Our Stars you have cancer and you're dying. In this one, the stakes are just as high, to be honest. I'm a kid and I'm depressed and it's the end of the world. My World of Warcraft account gets deleted. It's the end of the world. Because for kids, everything's the end of the world. So, yeah. I think intimacy is a thing. People used to write letters too. Text is text. And at the end of the day, it's still about the human connection. And when people are together, it's about the connection. And I really like that about my character story. Is at least there's a little real human connection there.
You've had such an extraordinary connection with Shailene. Can you talk about working with Kaitlyn on this one?
Kaitlyn is spectacular. One of my favorite actresses I've ever worked with, obviously, and I can't wait to work with her again.
Well, first off, Men, Women, and Children is basically about how the internet affects people's love lives. And my character is trapped in a world of being hovered by her mom. Her mom doesn't let her do anything online, and she's just trying to figure out how to get out of it, and has a secret Tumblr account, and then meets Ansel Elgort's character, who she really likes, and they have a human interaction. Oh my gosh, he's so talented, and I thought, he's a great actor, but he showed me this video of him playing piano, and he's such a good dancer, and he has so many talents. I learned so much from him. He's such a cool guy. It was really a good time working with him. I felt very free with my character, and we had a really good time.
Jennifer playing your slightly oppressive mother. We're hoping the experience of working with her was slightly less oppressive. Can you talk about what you got?
No. She is the nicest lady. She is so nice. She felt like my real mom, and she just had this loving feeling about her that I felt so welcome when I was doing scenes with her. And we just had like normal talks and talked about boys and school and whatever. She's just so nice.
Do you feel like there are any particular messages that people are going to take away from the experience of the film overall?
Yeah, I think there are so many to take away, but I think it'll just make people more aware of what they do on social media and that everyone has a secret.
Has it made you more self-conscious about your own kind of digital interaction?
Definitely. I mean, a little bit. I have definitely put down my phone a little bit more than I used to after seeing the film.
Given some of the recent events in the media with leaked private photos and things, do you think that it's a particularly appropriate time for this film to be coming out?
Yeah, it totally is. But all those photos being leaked is so scary to me. I don't have an iCloud, so that's good. But I don't even that's and for someone to leak into someone's photos like that scares me too, because that's so sad.
How does it feel to be bringing the film here to the London Film Festival?
So cool. I've never been to London, so this is my first time, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Is there anything else you're working on at the moment?
I'm working on my TV show Last Man Standing right now, and I just did a film called The Greens Are Gone, which will be coming out soon.
Can you tell us anything about that film, the new one that's coming out?
I play a girl who's bipolar, and that was a cool film, and it's about a dysfunctional family and how they're dealing with all their problems.
Do you feel a bit of a responsibility when you're playing someone who's bipolar to kind of do justice to that? Because obviously it's a condition that we're only, I think, really truly starting to become aware of.
It was definitely a challenge, definitely was. But that's part of being an actress, and that's what I love doing, so.
Got a message for fans about this film before you leave us?
Please go see this movie. It's going to be everywhere, October 17th.
Men, Women, and Children is about a group of teenagers and their parents living in a small town in Texas, and they're just trying to negotiate their day-to-day lives, and it ends up being a bit about sort of their relationship with the internet and how we communicate, but I think it's mostly about these specific characters and their communication with each other. Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone brought something a little bit different. I think this is something that we haven't seen Adam Sandler do before, first of all, which I was really excited about and really pleased with. And I think that, even Ansel, who has, had an opportunity to do these really amazing sort of, bigger pictures, got to sort of be a bit more contained in a nice way. And I feel like each one of our actors is just truly special and brought something really amazing to it that hopefully is a slightly different version of what you've seen them do before. I will admit that as soon as we wrapped shooting, I drove from Austin back to LA and turned off my phone for 5 days, but I'm not sure that I will ever do that again because that was a very frustrating time. I think it just made me more aware of, wanting to connect with people directly. I think Jason had a truly brilliant idea in sort of incorporating the screens on screen as their sort of desktop, and he worked with Smith & Lee Design to really find ways to show that at every time that we were seeing things on screen. And I think that it's funny because I find it to be such an innovative and new way of showing things on film, but we're also used to looking at the desktop that I think people forget that it hasn't been shown quite this way before. And so it's been an interesting process because I found it quite ingenuitive. I remember getting my first cell phone, and it was, at a similar time. And so I think that I think it's nice to sort of see the evolution and realize that we still have no idea what we're doing with it.
Of course, I mean, Jason is one of the most exciting and innovative young directors in the business. Can you just talk about the relationship working with him and what makes him such a unique voice in cinema?
Yeah, it's been a real thrill. We've been working together for about 8 years now, and I think that he's someone who can portray realism and honesty in a way that is, I think, quite special and very difficult to do on film. And I feel very lucky that I've been able to work with him for so long. We're shooting a movie called Demolition right now that Jean-Marc Vallée is directing. That's shooting in New York that I'm quite excited about. It's a script that's been around for a long time, and I'm very, very thrilled that we get to finally bring it to life. And then we're actually working on a couple TV things right now, so we'll hopefully get those together soon.
Will that be TV things that Jason would be involved in, or just the company?
Yes, both.
Can you tell us anything about those projects, when we might be seeing them, or what kind of tone?
I don't know yet, but hopefully soon.
What does it mean for you to bring the film here to the London Film Festival?
Oh, it's a thrill. I mean, I feel quite honored because we have both this and Whiplash here this year, and so having two films at the London Film Festival, I feel quite spoiled and lucky, and it's been a real dream.
Very quickly, I'm sure we'll catch you at the Whiplash premiere, but can you tell us a little bit about that one? Obviously, a wonderful star turn both from Miles and JK, of course.
Yeah, they're both phenomenal in it, and it was a tiny little movie we shot right before we shot this one, and it was a crazy fall to get them both done, and so it's been a real thrill to be on the other end of it. And JK and Miles are just so incredibly talented, and I think they really have the ability to showcase those talents in Whiplash.
What are you hoping an audience overall takes away from the experience of watching this film?
I hope that it just starts a conversation. I think that it's, I worry about things that when we're hopefully doing something that's so current, I don't want it to seem like we're trying to say or give some sort of message to it. I just hope that it means that people start talking more and talk about what they saw and what they think about it. And yeah, that's my hope.